Obviously, indoor training is, riding the trainer in general is a big part of preparation for us, just because at least in the TTs, you always warm up on the trainer. But even at races, if it's an uphill start, I do prefer to get the body moving. And a lot of times as well, after a fast sprint finish or a mountaintop where you're going for it, then you also need to cool down. But as well, in the preparation phase, during winter, like when the weather's a little bit worse, I definitely spend more time on the trainer. However, there is something to say about doing some sort of workouts on the trainer, even if it's sunny outside, because there are certain types of workouts you can do better indoors than outside. The benefits of, say, riding inside, doing a workout inside, is that you don't have any stop signs, you don't have any stoplights. So if you're mid-interval, you don't have to stop. And especially for shorter efforts where you really have to go hard and try and push yourself, and if you don't, you're not really progressing. Those efforts, if you want to go really hard, then you can't be really focusing on if there's a car passing you at the same time, or if there's a traffic light coming up, or any other surrounding things that might affect your ability to just focus on the effort and focus on completing the workout. Obviously, for longer efforts, it's a little bit different. It's always nice to ride uphill for 1 hour and get a view on top. But yeah, the shorter workouts, the harder efforts are definitely ones that are a lot easier to complete indoors. When I was coming back from an injury, I had a really nice setup done, just because I was riding the trainer daily. And if I know that there's a period of time where I am going to have to ride indoors a bit more than usually, then I do make sure that I have the speakers close by. I have something to entertain me. I do have a fan, I do have a roller, a TV screen maybe. So all those things just make it a lot more comfortable, the experience, and you would like to as well include some things that are like, so you don't have to go get off the bike for a water bottle, or that you have some things accessible just there so you can stay on the bike, but also, I don't know, make a phone call if suddenly someone calls you or whatever. Yeah, just now riding the MP1, it's a really cool concept, and I've always been more of a fan of rollers. However, the problem with rollers is getting the resistance high enough, especially for the shorter and harder efforts, and you still need to focus a little bit to not fall off. Whereas with the MP1, you are safe to not fall off, but at the same time you get that feel of not being just stuck in place. And also being stuck in one place, it really does help develop injuries, develop little tics that just because you're doing the same motion and you're in the same position the whole time. Whereas when you have movement, it is a lot better on the body, just in general. Yeah, so 2019 was a really cool year for myself and the team in general. I was in the tour where we got to have the yellow jersey on the team, which was one of the highlights I'll remember for a long time. Also was part of winning a monument this year, and that was really cool. But also for personal results, I won nationals for the first time, similar as Ruth Winder, the US champ. And yeah, other results along the way, but that's one that will definitely stay in my memory for a long time. Obviously 2020 is a big year because the Olympics are just around the corner, and I'm hoping to go to Tokyo and try out how I can like do climbing Mount Fuji, which is going to be a great experience, hopefully. That is definitely one of the big highlights of 2020, but obviously there's a lot more races that are coming in that we're going to do, and with the changes in the team and having some new guys and guys like Vincenzo on the team, it's going to be a little bit different, and I think different for the better. For someone starting to ride inside, I would definitely recommend getting the setup right, because if you will be spending more time on the trainer, then having I don't know, the speakers, something to entertain you, whatever close by, water, towel, a fan, so you're not sweating just everywhere, is really key for you to experience it in the best way possible. Yeah, and just, I mean, have fun. Be sure you're enjoying it. Don't do it just because you have to. Do it because you want to. Good question. I feel like talking with birds and animals that fly, well, I guess it's only birds, butterflies, it will be super cool just because they have a different view of life from up high, and every time like I fly, I still look down, and I'm always it's just so much different. You see cars that are suddenly tiny, and you see buildings that are just massive, and someone on the roof has something written on, and it's always really interesting. So I think they just see stuff we don't. So it would be interesting to hear what they have to say that is there.